Don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the call. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just wanting to see the road. It's all every day. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't celebrate. We're the zero holders, so after we say, zero holders, so after we say, zero holders, we're the kings of the sea.
Good morning, boys. Man, happy Saturday to you. Hang on. Fuck, man. CJ, good morning. Joyna, good morning. Stitched, yeah, man. Dude, it has been a minute. It's funny with as dead as shit is, it's kind of cool seeing people kind of come and go or go and then come back or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool we have that thing. that you can do that, right? You can kind of disappear for a while. I could disappear for a while. We come back and we hit this thing just like we did, just like we do. Anybody else feeling like the bottom's actually in? Let me pull up CoinGecko. Man, there's so much to get into today. What's up, Johnny? Hey, I'm so excited for today. Anytime we get to talk like RRBAYC and Pauly and Ryder and whatever, like I love that shit. I love that. Who was here when I had Pauly on the show? It's crazy. That was years ago, but that's still one of my favorite moments from like not my time in crypto, like for sure that, but like that was one of my favorite things that I've just one of my favorite things the past like 10 years. Just so I love Pauly. And I love RBAYC and I love crypto funks and just all that shit. I love it. Who was here for that? That was cool. Yeah, Stitch. That's awesome, dude. I'm pumped. We got some shit to talk about today, and some of that's on the NFT side. And as dead as they are, and as sure as people are that they're never coming back, and I don't think they're wrong. But I love it. Dude, Pond was so interesting too. We'll talk some of the, that Pondex, Pond OX, whatever. I haven't touched that in a year plus, but dig it, man. Dig it. Anyway, but yeah, what a treat it was getting Pauly on so long ago. If you guys didn't see it, and if you know who Pauly is, or if you don't, whatever, just search on the channel on YouTube and I think search Pauly or whatever, you'll find it. Pauly came on the stream and we talked. What was it when they initially I think it was like part one, dude, long, kind of case. And I think it was at a point where like they won, or was it? Oh, it was right when the lawsuit happened. I think it was right when Yuga sued Pauly and Ryder and whatever. I think I'm too old. I don't remember shit anymore. But it was awesome. And we got basically close to that case. Let me throw chat up on screen. What is Stitch? What is that? What's digital slops? I'll pull it up. Also, we can do polls in here now. We'll get a poll up here in a minute. Real quick, just want to look at crypto. Who else thinks the bottom is really, really in? Dude, for real. It's crazy. Like Yuga's or Bored Apes 5-year anniversary is coming up here, and they're doing. You can like Pauly and Ryder and like Bored Apes at the same time. And I didn't used to like Bored Apes. Like I wasn't like it's weird, like a fan. I don't give a shit like that. But I just didn't like the like Bored Ape energy. That just wasn't that wasn't my scene, But I like Yuga and I like what they're building and I like the direction they're going now. I do. I like it a lot, And you can like them and respect the building and the hustle and the grind and all that. I respect that part. And you can still love like the provocative side from Ryder and Pauly. And I think there's still something to what they were saying. And I just love all that stuff. I love it. And like Ryder is a fucking phenomenal artist. He is. I think so, dude. So I was chatting with Henry yesterday, I think in the Kongs VC, and I'm like, dude, like, I think right now something hit me yesterday. I think there was some tweets. Hoods, good to see you, man. I think that's a fair take too. Probably some more shakeouts. Doesn't mean we don't go lower too, right? But I was telling Henry, I'm like, I saw some tweets about some meme coins, and I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, it's probably time to start like watching again pretty closely because there is a point where this starts going, the way. Well, I mean, like, look at Bitcoin. Right now, almost 73K. And I don't know why. I don't know if this is people like feeling a little more at ease with what's going on in Iran, or if this is because ships passing through are going to have to pay in Bitcoin. Like, I don't know if it's because of that. I mean, it's all these things. But like, man, I was looking at the chart yesterday and I was thinking back to like last cycle, and then here, let's even zoom in here. And I can't wait to talk this shit. Like, we're probably a lot of people think we're right around here. Like, we're at that level. Is in we still like just grind sideways. Like China said, probably have a couple more shakeouts. But it's like once we find that bottom, man, you get opportunities for like you get opportunities for a long stretch, and then you're here for the explosive parts. So like I was just telling Henry, it feels like it's time to start like just watching, like really watching. Not that we're ever not watching, but there's times you're a little more casual with it. And it feels right now like it's time to like kind of pay attention. What's up, English? Good to see you, man. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, even when you're that zoomed out, it does feel like we're here-ish. We've months of this still. We do. And then at some moment, it's just then that kind of grind up, and then then you're here for the explosive shit. Either it is coming at some point, and we'll be here for it. So we're gonna be here. We're here even when it's not that. Anyway, yeah. So Bitcoin almost 73K, ETH 22, which fucking great. We're up almost 10% on the week across the board. BNB 606, Ripple 134, Solana 84. I'm really watching Solana too. Yeah, I mean, there you go. You can say almost definitively bottoms in if we touch 40 or 45 or 50, especially even, or even 50. At 50, you're like, come on, yeah, now we're getting real close. So we'll get back there. I still like that other guy's take. I like Dr. Profit's take, and I like that other guy, and I keep forgetting his name. Kill Us Something. I'm like following him on YouTube now. And that's the guy who like very accurately predicted like the last year. Very accurately. And he's now saying he's not shorting anymore, even though he thinks we go lower too. And he's saying as low as 45. But he's like, I'm not betting against the market now. We've already passed that point where risk reward, it's not there on the short side. I dig it. How impressed would you guys, and I'm in this camp. Anybody who thinks we go lower, how bullish would you be if really as low as we got, which is, where did we get? 65-ish? How bullish would that be if as low as we got was the lowest we see? I don't think that's how it's going to play out, but how bullish would that be if that is 62? If that was as low as we got, man, fuck. So, I don't know. I want to get right into the RRBAYC thing. And, dude, I always think about trying to get Pauly back on, but then I'm like, for what? Especially with what just happened here, and what happened is, they settled. But especially with what happened, they can't talk about it. And the way they're talking about it is like, I don't know. You can read into it a few ways, but I like the guy. I would love to chat with him again on here. X real quick. X algo is so bad, right? It's bad. Is anybody even pushing tweets? Is anybody even trying to play like the X game? Which sounds so fucking lame, and it is, but Like algo feels so different. And on top of that, now they're purging all these bots, and so much of crypto is just like reply bots. It is. There's one account in particular I watch that replies to a lot of my shit, and also on the Ethoswarm account replies to a lot of that shit. And I'm like, I wonder if that one's going to get zapped. I'm pretty good at spotting bots, and then sometimes I'm retarded and I can't tell. Even when it looks like a very obvious bot, sometimes I'm like, what if it's not? There's an account I'm watching to see if it's zapped, but like, what's up, Rocky? Thank you, man. Good morning. It's fucking Moonship. What's up, man? Yeah, it's true. It is true. Yeah, Nikita Bier, that dude, he said like most of crypto, I can't remember what percent he said, but like huge percent of it's all bots. This dude, I don't know, this one just stood out. This dude right here, this is some like Dominican art, yeah, a Dominican artist. His follower count as they're purging bots went from 2.9 mil down to 28,000. It's all fucking fake, and man, it's all fake. We don't need to spend another whole episode on that. We know it is, but it's so fucking fake. It's crazy. So I like them cleaning it up, but Algo's brutal. They in fact, they're I think they said they're looking to get rid of maybe like follower count and replace it with like an active account or something. It's something like that, which would be interesting. I think most of my followers are not here, right? Like they're not active. I think they're mostly it's 21, 22 NFT guys, and they're not here. So I'd be curious to see like how many active. It's not much. I can see that on the YouTube side too. It's not much. It's like it's very fucking little. All right. We're live on Abstract now too. Boy, Abstract feels kind of cooked. Dude, it is. And I love it, English. Dude, you're hitting it extra hard now. And I still think AI is going to push us more offline. I was chatting with a buddy yesterday. By the way, fuck you, Mark. I was chatting with a buddy again yesterday and just saying what I say here all the time. AI is going to push us offline, and I can't wait. And I don't think he sees it. And I don't know I don't know. Maybe a lot of people are already on that same page. AI is going to like automate a lot of what we do and push us more like IRL. No. Let me go peek. Dude, I was oh, I see. Good shit, dude. Who are you trying to motivate? Oh, Pizza. Yeah. I like Pizza. He's badass. Dude, jacked. Cool shit. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay, again, like I think AI is gonna. I'm having so much fun with it, but AI is gonna push us back like IRL. I really believe that. I don't think it's like. I don't know. I don't think I believe in that vision anymore like I used to, that we're just gonna like fully live online. Like I already did, and I thought like 5 years ago, with everything that was going on in the space, and especially during lockdown, and especially with like AR, VR stuff, I'm like, oh God, everybody's going to be like me, just like 24/7 online. That's what I thought. And I don't think that at all anymore. Like at all. I think it's like Moonship saying it's like dead internet theory. I think people are using internet less and less and less. And this younger generation's so different too. They're like religious. It's weird, but like they're moving towards like Christianity and stuff, and they're rejecting technology. And I think that's so fucking cool. I love it. I think it's so cool. And then, but I think you're going to use AI to like organize your day and coordinate your day and automate some of the stuff you're doing. It's like super manual. And I was doing some stuff this week. Again, it's cutting out for such simple stuff. It's cutting out for me like minutes a day. And in some days it can be like an hour. And it's only going to get, when you remember, it's only going to get better from here. I think we're going to unplug more and more and more. And the shit you need to get done still is getting done. Yeah, dude, and it's why I see that with my kids even. I see it. I see them, like, not interested in the tech at all, which is kinda cool. Um Oh, dude, badass. That's awesome. That's funny, man. Like, I'm feeling this pull. Yeah, dude, I love that. It's exactly it. There's a movement to traditional stuff and value IRL. It's so awesome. It's so good, and I think AI is gonna accelerate it because I think AI is gonna make the IRL, like, events and just, like, coordinating hanging out with family and stuff where you gotta chat with this person. "Hey, when are you free this year, and what's your week where you can take some time off, and how do we plan out travel, and how do we instead of meeting up at your house, why don't we go take a trip to Alaska and meet up there?" And, like, where do you even look? Where do you stay? How do you plan? Like, you're just going to hand it off to your agent, and your agent's going to coordinate them, across people. And it's like, that's not bullshit fantasy stuff. It does that right now, and it does that really well. That's so true. It does that stuff really well. So I think the IRL event's going to get like way cooler and way more like I don't think interactive is the right word, but maybe, but like way more coordinated and like just easier and faster to put those things together, and like IRL stuff's going to get cool. And so I used IRL. I talked last week, right? But I used AI for IRL shit to plan coordinate this like couple days of concerts I went to, and I used AI. The mushroom thing's getting real cool. I'm using AI to plan out like my hunt for morel mushrooms. That's coming up like next week, and I have it like tapped into 5 data sources, like measuring the temperature and like ground temp and like moisture and like a ton of stuff, right? And then I have it mapping, like giving me exact GPS coordinates to where I'm going to find mushrooms around me. And it's putting them on a map for me. And so now I have my whole trip planned. It told me I need a license up here, like a permit. Got a permit. This is AI helping with the stuff that would have taken hours. Like for real would have taken hours because I've done this before, but like manual. And I've never found morels before. I bet you I'm going to find them this year. Um, AI found a buddy of mine. AI found a friend of mine that I've been trying to track down for years. It didn't find him all the way, by the way. But there's an old high school friend of mine who was my old best bud. And I searched his name, and he's a super common name, so he's impossible to find. And I've searched for hours and hours and hours trying to track this guy down. And I'm like, well, fuck. I just used AI to track down like my ancestors, right? Like track my dad's side that I don't know much about. And he did a really cool job there. But I'm like, fuck, what if I use that to try to find my buddy? It hasn't found him all the way, but it found a picture of him. I couldn't even find a picture of him when I was looking on my own. And again, hours I was looking. 30 minutes in, it found a picture of him. I'm like, well, fuck, that's definitely him. So we're on the right track. So this is the shit AI is going to do for us, and it's awesome. And we are going to unplug, and we are going to have more fun IRL. And it does have me wanting to get out more. It's cool shit. All right. RRBAYC. Man, I have a few of those still. I wonder if I'm going to see them. I wonder if I see them. I'm going to see them much longer because the RRBAYC stuff, the NFTs held by Pauly and by Ryder and whoever else might have been on that team or whatever. Yeah, glorified search engines, but like legit glorified. They're fucking great at that. But yeah, that's true. Dude, a mistake I made, underestimating how much time I spend searching shit. Like stupid, simple, basic thing, right? But how much time I spend typing a search and searching and scrolling and clicking and over and over and over. I don't have to do that anymore. And that's not a nothing burger. Like that's pretty awesome if you don't have to do that much. Like that's actually pretty big. But kind of glorify, including like, boy, well, I'll save the OpenClaw chat because it's badass and all, and I know I'm using it at a fraction of its potential, like a little fucking little baby peepee of its potential. You know what I mean? But like, they're great information aggregators. That's a big part of it. They're like AI right now is an amazing information aggregator. That's how I think of them right now, and a coordinator. That's what I think of them as, and what I use them for. And they're fucking great at that. Yeah. Anyway, not Larva Labs, the website. This is the site Pauly, Jeremy launched years ago, right? And this is a decentralized marketplace, no fees to trade crypto funks. And dude, I forgot V1 punks are on here too. Anybody want a history lesson? We won't do it, but you know what? You know I want to badly. You know I really want to. Yeah, this site now, even with all the disclaimers and everything, I think this site is no longer owned by Pauly or whoever owned it. Thank you, man. Thank you for the setup. I'm not going to do it, but thank you. This site, I believe, is now officially owned by Yuga Labs, or within the next 10 days, officially owned by them and transferred the ownership to Yuga Labs. This is now going to be a Yuga Labs site, which they're going to kill. They're going to kill. I won't do it today, but thank you. Because I'll spend half the show. I'll spend half the stream talking about how much I love V1 punks. But yeah, this site's been compromised. It's now a Yuga Labs site. Officially this week, this is 3 days ago, I believe it happened. But the boys have settled. And what I don't know, legit don't know, is well, nobody knows what the settlement was. Who settled? Who paid? I know this might sound stupid, but who paid? I'm out, dude. We'll talk death and taxes too. I'm out. I let him die. I let my guy die, and it was the right decision. Especially looking at what's left in there today, it was the right call because there's still 200 plus alive, and I'm like, dude, I would be spending probably today if I were still in that game. I'd be spending 0.2 ETH right now to keep him alive for another week, and then next week I'd be spending 0.25. It was the right call. I think so. I think. Anyway, Yuga Labs settles Bored Ape NFT lawsuit over the RRBAYC NFTs, which you know the story. They're copycat NFTs. They're exact 1-1 copies of Bored Apes. And I thought the whole thing was so silly, right? The argument was they were out there to deceive people and trick people into thinking they're real Bored Apes. And I thought that was so ridiculous. But our good friend Dead said, no, they really did trick people. Our buddy Dead had I think an IRL friend who bought one of these thinking it was actually a Bored Ape. OpenClaw getting expensive. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I was fighting with my OpenClaw all week when Anthropic nuked the Claude Max plan, right? That workaround. I was fighting with OpenClaw all week. Got it working decent now. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting awesome out there in AI. It's getting pretty cool. Anyway, I think we'll probably get to that today. Anyway, game over here. And I don't know. I kind of dig this take. The side that calls their lawyers to resolve a conflict on the blockchain has lost the plot. I feel that, man. Although, here's a guy I respect. Hang on. I don't agree. I understand where you're coming from, but I think there's a lot more here than just that. I mean, yeah, this was this coordinated effort to make Yuga look bad and look I don't know. Totally right. I still think that whole Bored Apes are spawned from 4chan and there's all this racist symbolism and fucking puzzles weaved throughout. It was super damaging to Bored Apes. For sure it was. And also, I still think there's some truth there. I still do. I don't know for sure, but I think so. But I do think it's crazy. I do think the whole thing's crazy. That at a glance, a RRBAYC is not a Bored Ape. It's not. You couldn't mint them on a Yuga Labs site. You minted them on Nifty Gateway, or you minted them buying them directly from Ryder. You sent him money, and he sent you an RRBAYC, right? It's not a Bored Ape. And then even after, the collection name's not the same. Where it gets a little weird, this was always the part I was like, okay, this part's a little tricky. You always say you can go verify it on chain, right? That's the argument. You can go verify it on chain. It's not a Bored Ape. Well, when you look at the contract, the contracts have damn near the same name, right? Like Bored Apes, the contract is like Bored Ape Yacht Club. And then the RRBAYC ones also say like Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's so close that like, dude, even if you're like a crypto guy and knows how to read decently Etherscan, you're going to look and it could kind of trick you. But if you look at the dates, it wouldn't, right? If you looked at the dates and if you looked at maybe, some other stuff, it won't. But like, you take that step to that first step to verify, it looks kind of legit, but the date isn't. What's up, Benny? Good to see you, man. Man, I'm sorry, Hoods. Rough. I never had a dog. Well, yeah, I never had a dog when I was a kid. So I never like knew what it was like to like lose a pet and have a pet, get sick. And I never did. I never had that. Had it with a cat, yeah, but like dog is different, I think. Like I love my cats, but dog is different. Rough. Let me see this take. Yeah, dude. Why I bought an RRBAYC and why I thought even CryptoFunks were great. Back then, years ago, I'm like, this is one of those things that can help define what an NFT is. I thought they were really important. I still think they're really important. I still think that argument, that debate, I don't know if it's over. It might be over. And I don't know if it's over in a good way. I don't know. I'm still kind of digesting this, but I thought it was a really important collection back then. I still think it is now. But I like this. Bums them out when leaders in the space call their lawyers, especially for something like this that you verify on chain. We had a chance to create a place run by code instead of lawyers here. Yeah, that was like that fantasy I believed in years ago. It's a bummer. I still believe in it, but it's not playing out that way. That part sucks. That part sucks. Redbeard saying, I hear you. I think we assume things here and don't have all the facts. It's a very dangerous path for us to go down on random tweets. The leaders that are at Yuga care very much about our ecosystem. I believe that too, by the way. Like, I don't think they're shitty guys, and I could be wrong. I don't think they're shitty guys. I think they do care about this space. They wouldn't be still here trying if they didn't care about this space. They made generational wealth, and they could just say, fuck you, we're out. And they could have done that, and they didn't. But yeah, there is a lot more to this, like a lot more. We don't know what the settlement is, but here's what we saw, I think yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday, Ryder Rips, who is, really the guy behind the RRBAYC collection. I need to pull mine up too. I don't know where I can see him now. Fuck, where can I look at them? I know I can find them like right in my wallet. I can go to Etherscan and see them there. I don't know what with these is on chain. Like, I'm positive the image isn't on chain. I don't know where it's hosted though, and I don't know if that's something now Yuga Labs can like nuke where they're hosted. I don't know, but images, I assume, I'm just going to guess the images are going to get zapped too, or in this collection. I kind of assume that's what's going to happen. Which, good. I don't care about the image. Ryder put out a post yesterday. It's funny. Sounds like he's admitting defeat, which he is, like, on paper. In 2022, I was part of a group, including Jeremy Kayan, that's Pauly, that created, promoted it, and sold a collection of NFTs known as Ryder Rips Bored Ape Yacht Club, or RRBAYC. We intentionally used the BAYC name and designed the collection to look like Yuga Labs BAYC in every way we could. We wanted to confuse people. We wanted to rip off the BAYC collection, stir up chaos in the community, antagonize Yuga Labs and its founders, manufacture controversy, and manipulate mainstream media. I wonder if this is kind of talking about the racist kind of stuff too, kind of. We wanted to use all that to get attention for ourselves and to make money off our BAYC. This is funny. We shouldn't have dragged Yuga Labs or its founders into an unprovoked fight. I want to apologize for the harm we caused to Yuga's founders, employees, and their families. And we should not have used members of the NFT community as pawns in a contrived feud. I've changed since this started. In 2021, I thought it was edgy and funny to throw around false allegations of extremism and hate. So yeah, this is talking about like the racist stuff. And I do think that stuff was like borderline danger. Well, not borderline. Like it was dangerous and it was damaging. And I don't know that there's proof there. There's all this like tinfoil hat stuff, and you can like read into a lot of it and be like, that kind of seems fucked up. And yeah, that seems like something, but there was no proof anywhere, I don't think. Anyway, saying, I don't anymore. I sincerely want to apologize for all of it and put this chapter behind me. So I read that. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, is that genuine, or is that like Yuga's lawyers give Ryder an exact list of the things he needs to apologize for, and he's checking the boxes as he goes? Like, is he a changed man? Does he actually regret that stuff because he's a changed man, or does he regret that? There's like three ways this could go. He's a changed man and regrets it. He regrets it because it's like what, 4 years of his life wasted like around this thing? Or is it he had to do it? That simple. Doesn't believe it, but had to do it. Facts. Yeah. Yeah. I was surprised to see that, but also like, a judge tells you you have to put out that post, then you have to put out this post. I like that. Ryder on his Kanye arc, yeah. And then this gets a little deeper too with Anon, who I like Anon, but I just think he's got weird takes often. Best part of this whole thing, we'll dive more into this, but the best part of this whole thing is I found Pauly's new account. I can't keep up with Pauly and new accounts. I just can't. I lose track of Pauly. Like, as soon as his account's banned, I find him like 6 months later, which sucks. But yeah, here's Pauly. For anybody who does not know where Pauly is now, there's Pauly. Jack Dorsey OX. Hang on. There's Pauly. Who I just think, I don't know. He's fucking hilarious. And I just will always like provocative shit. And he's that. He's that. So yeah, he's back. Oh, he's back in the States too. And I think he never leaves, right? He's always got an alt. He's always got like a dozen alts. In fact, does he follow his alts to start? No. Yeah, no. I don't know. I gotta maybe ask Whirly Girl. I don't know how the people that follow him always find his next account. I never do. And I'm not searching, but they always find his next account. It's a guy I like to follow him. He's funny as shit, right? Anyway. Here's what really happened. Here's the actual ruling. Let me see if I can zoom in enough to start reading some of this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, here we go. I don't know how this starts, but let's see. They're prohibited for, I don't know how it starts, but from doing anything connected with the RRBAYC, and from marketing, promoting, or selling, or causing the marketing, promoting, or selling of any product, service, domain name, business, or social media account using the BAYC marks or the RRBAYC marks. So I don't even think they can come talk about this shit. Like, I don't think they can comment on this in any way. I don't even know if they can talk about Yuga Labs in any way. Prohibition further includes, without limitation, use in smart contract names or symbols, product names, metadata listing. They can't touch. What's up, Gravity? Good morning, man. They can't touch anything to do with Bored Apes or RRBAYC, and they can't even I don't even think they can get clever and have some fuckery around. I don't think they can do shit with it. Control of smart contracts and domains. Yuga Labs retains control of the RRBAYC smart contract. RRBAYC.com. Let's go there real quick. Yeah, just dead site. So that's now owned by Yuga Labs. 8market.com. I don't even know what this is. RRBAYC netlify dot. I don't know what that is. 8 Marketplace Twitter. And any other materials transferred to Pauly. What else we got? Pauly shall not take any action or make any statement directly to directly or indirectly interfere with Yuga Labs' control, management, or operation of the smart contract, the domains, and shall not represent or imply any ownership or control adverse to Yuga Labs. I wonder if that carries across to like ApeCoin, which if you guys remember too, Pauly said he made ApeCoin. He was on the team that actually created ApeCoin. Like, I don't think Pauly's a liar, so I think he did. I wonder if he maybe can't even talk about that anymore. Transfer of NFTs and domains within 10 days. So 7 days at this point. Pauly has to transfer to Yuga Labs all the BAYC NFTs. If he's unable to, he has to transfer like wallets. He has to transfer any like hardware that anything might be stored on. Like if he can't physically transfer the NFTs, he has to transfer the machines where it's possible or what. I don't quite get it. All the passwords. If he can't transfer them, he needs to like tell them where they live and I guess why he can't transfer them. Also needs to transfer to Yuga Labs any other domains owned or controlled by Ryder or Pauly that relate to Yuga Labs, Bored Apes, RRBAYC. What is that? Including he's got to transfer the site that he made. Hang on. This is where it kind of gets a little. I didn't see this stuff before. WileyRno.com. That's now offline. And also GordonGoner.com, also offline. Okay, these were the sites that were showing this. These were the sites that were trying to show these ties to like, Kali Yuga stuff and like the racist traits and all that stuff. Those sites are down. I don't know how long they've been down, probably for a while, but those also have to get transferred to Yuga Labs. So to me, this is not just about RRBAYC. It's also about all the like Bored Apes or racist claims. Again, I think those were super damaging. They can't even argue that. I think that it capped like Bored Apes' potential, like during their peak. It did. When you see somebody like that Moist Critical guy and like Asmongold talking about Bored Apes and showing that video and like the super normies out there believe Bored Apes are racist, like killed any chance you had of a brand like Disney. Not that Disney's ever going to work with Yuga, right? But if there was ever a chance that they would, that killed it. So super damaging. PaulyOX shall not directly or indirectly assist, encourage, induce, authorize, enable, or conspire with any third party to challenge, enforce, or otherwise assert claims adverse to Yuga Labs. Just in general, can't talk shit about Yuga Labs. Like, period. He can't talk about Yuga Labs at all. That's weird. I mean, it's not weird. I think that's normal, but it's weird, right? Pauly can't talk about Yuga Labs. Well, okay. He can't say anything negative about them. So can he talk positive about it, with like a wink wink? Probably doesn't even want to chance it, but like, he basically can't talk about Yuga Labs. What else? Within 10 days, so 7 days now, he has to remove or cause to be removed any online listings, posts, smart contract references, marketplace entries, anything like that within their control that use the BAYC trademarks. What else? Within 14 days, Pauly shall serve Yuga Labs with a sworn declaration detailing their compliance. So listing like everything they've transferred, everything they've taken offline. Upon Yuga Labs' reasonable request, PaulyOX shall execute and deliver any consents, letters, or instructions needed to effectuate enforcement or implementation of this injunction. What does all this mean? Yeah. And PolyOX shall not transfer, assign, conceal, or otherwise dispose of any NFT domains accounts. So he can't just like burn them. Oh, yeah, to get around like sending them to Yuga Labs, he can't just like burn them. Or like the domains, he can't just take them offline. You know what I mean? Like even though they're offline, like he has to actually send them all. And then if he does like burn the NFTs or right, then he's in trouble. So I think that's like the meat of it right there. Hang on, let me put in the chat for anybody who wants to read that too, just on their own. You know, this is one of those things, Moonship. The one thing AI doesn't replace is sometimes like it's fun to read it, right? And sometimes it's fun to scroll. This is the thing I've kind of wrestled with, like even for like my wife, and I want her to use AI. And I'm like, when she's researching a thing, I'm like, well, just ask ChatGPT, like do the and I forget people love the scrolling shit, and people like this to me more fun to do that way. I don't know. Mike 3. I can't I can't tell if it's just like a shit post too, or if he's I don't know. I wish I knew how much money Yuga Labs had to pay Ryder so they wouldn't go to trial. Is that true? Like that could be true. It's a settlement. This was going to like a lower court, right? There was like an $8 or $9 million judgment against Ryder and Pauly that got overturned last year. It got overturned. And now Yuga's coming up, or Bored Apes are coming up on their 5-year anniversary, and they're getting ready to launch their clubhouse, and they got a bunch of cool shit they're doing, and they don't want this hanging over their head. Is it possible? You guys are way smarter. Is it possible Yuga Labs paid here to settle? I think it's actually super possible they did. So Mike 3 is saying nobody knows like what they pay, if they paid, how much they paid, right? But calling it a win for Yuga Labs is hilarious. That might be true. And they spent, I think, like $3 million already battling this out in court. They might have paid just to have this over. It might be why they haven't disclosed any of the details. Because wouldn't that look funny or sound funny? Like just the optics. If the story was Yuga Labs pays $1 million to settle the case, like wouldn't that just feel or sound kind of funny? It's the right thing to do too, by the way. It's like the right thing. But it would sound kind of bad or sound funny. So that's probably why it's not being disclosed, because Yuga Labs maybe paid to settle this thing. And so then if you're a Ryder or a Pauly, or especially like, you know, one of their, you know, followers, they'd fucking love that. And that would be like feeding the trolls, right? If Yuga paid to have this thing like just over with, that's like a big win for those guys, especially for their fans, right? It sounds so lame, but they're fans, you know. Not the win apes think it is. They're like the most foolish and gullible group of people on the internet. Bored Ape fans and like Ryder Pauly fans are the same. It's like Democrats, Republicans, they're all the same, right? Two sides of the same coin kind of thing. Yuga might have paid here. I think it would make more sense that Yuga paid. You know what? Hang on. This will be our first poll. Lame poll, but whatever. Did Yuga Labs pay to have the Dude, I'm so excited. There's polls in here now. All right, let me know if this shows up. This is fucking cool. All right. Okay, so the question, did Yuga Labs pay? Did Yuga Labs buy this? Hang on. Hang on, where's the fucking Dude, where's the Ryder post? There it is. Did Yuga Labs spend, I don't care how much, right? Let's just say $1 million. Did Yuga Labs spend $1 million to have that? To get, did they buy this apology? If I were I got to vote. If I were voting, it's a yes. I think Yuga did. And it was the right thing to do. Just get this fucking thing behind them. Focus on the clubhouse. Focus on the community shit. They're doing awesome shit. Like Yuga Labs is doing very, very cool stuff right now. Man, that rec drink shit, really good. Damn, that's a good question. Okay, I thought it would put it up. Can you not click it? Does it not show on YouTube? I thought this would push it to YouTube. Maybe it doesn't. Is that not there? Oh, shit. It doesn't put it up. So what's the point? So it doesn't put it up at all, huh? Okay. Okay. That's not. Oh, you type it in. Okay, cool shit. All right. You type it in the chat. 1 is yes, 2 is no. Interesting. Really, 2? Hang on. If I type, does it register it? It does. Okay, cool. I can vote. Moonship, nice. Okay. We'll leave that up for a minute. I think they did. Because what's the alternative? Hang on. So the alternative is what? It's not yeah. That's true. That's a good point, dude. Yeah, that's a good point. Can you vote more than once? Gravity's testing that. Hang on, let me kill it. Hang on, let me kill the poll. Let's do it. Let's do it so you can be anonymous on YouTube. But I think okay. Somebody had to pay, right? Is it that Ryder Pauly had to pay to settle, or Yuga paid to settle? Is there a scenario? I guess there would be. I guess there's a scenario where nobody paid. They just agree to, they just call it quits together, right? I guess that could be. Okay, let's do it like right on YouTube. Did Yuga Labs Did I do that right? Okay. Yeah, I somebody had to have paid. Did Ryder Pauly pay and apologize and all that, whatever, or did Yuga pay? I don't know, man. I think fuck, I think Yuga paid. It just to me would make sense. Like, why have all this shit heading into the clubhouse opening up? Why have anything negative out there? If they've already spent $3 million, why not spend like a mil or I don't care what the number is. Why not spend a little more and just be done and get this out of Ryder? So I think they paid. And I still want to see where I can actually like see the NFTs, you know? Anon and Ryder like going back and forth. Kind of who cares? But yeah, whatever. Who cares? All that said, again, like Yuga's doing really cool shit. They really are. I don't know what this is, by the way. Yeah, what even is that? Dr. Bombay 420, ice cream included, holders only. What is this, concert? 420 weekend event. This is what they should be doing, by the way. This is it. IRL events and stuff, right? Like super exclusive stuff. Oh. Is this? Let me jump here. Is that this? No, this is different. I think. I don't know. This is exactly what they should be doing, though. Like, the clubhouse is badass. I think the clubhouse is awesome. I would never go to that thing. I'd go there and use it like a coffee shop thing. I just, you know. But it's badass. Do the IRL events and give the fucking apes like a thing to flex. And if it's cool, like that works. So I didn't realize, I think we talked about it on like the Chart Monkey show. I didn't realize some clubs and whatever have like huge fucking like fees to like be a member. Like tens of thousands of dollars up until like the high end ones are like it could be $1 million. So like owning a Bored Ape, that's worth what now? Like are Bored Apes like $12,000? Hang on, they can't be. I was gonna say they can't be that low, but they actually are. A Bored Ape is like what, 13, 14 grand? And then that's your like access. That's like your access pass or like your membership to the IRL clubhouse. And then all these other events, like a fucking like personal Snoop Dogg concert kind of thing. So 14 grand. 14 grand. It's actually cool. That's actually cool utility. Like, I know it's fucking lame for people who hate NFTs and stuff now. I could get it, but it's pretty cool. We're bringing apes out to Snoop Dogg's compound in Inglewood for 420 weekend. That's fucking cool. Imagine this. Like, imagine if NFTs didn't die, right? Imagine if this were just how like life was now. Like Azuki had their version of this, and like CyberKongs had their version of it, and like Pudgy Penguins. Like everything is like all these badass fucking IRL events and super exclusive. And I don't know, shit, man. So then I can picture the scenario. Like this is fantasy, right? But I picture the scenario if we're moving offline, right? Like if that scenario plays out, we're moving offline, and we think there's gonna be so many cool like IRL events. Like we're moving back to that community and cool things happen in IRL. Would it make sense that NFTs are a big part of that? So yeah, fucking cool. This stuff, whatever, but also cool. Like just give people shit. Like I like this stuff. I like the collectibles. I like the clothes. I like all that shit. Just keep feeding your community stuff like that. You got to make it super limited. I guess you need both tiers. You just need shit, cheap shit anybody can buy anytime. And they need the super rare shit. I bought a Pudgy Penguin vinyl. Yeah, like that's cool. That's fucking cool. That candle bust. Like this shit's cool. Like none of it's my style. Like, but like that shit's cool. If Kong's had all this stuff, and they have a lot of stuff like this, but I'd be buying it. I just realized this week that GVC's got a whole bunch of new merch, hoodies and shirt. I love that shit. Everything I wear is like NFT brand stuff. I know, super fucking lame. Embarrasses the shit out of my kids, but I love it. Yeah, dude. They were crazy. Yeah. All right. Not a lot of votes, but like no is winning. That Yuga didn't settle. Okay. I don't know. That clubhouse is opening. It's definitely this year. Did we get a date? I don't know if we got a date for when it opens up. Luxury first, lore in the details. I have a feeling it's gonna be real cool. It's gonna look real cool. Is it gonna get used, and is it gonna be like a cool spot people like outside of crypto want to get into? Like, I don't know. But I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if it played out that way. I don't think it will, but it won't surprise me if it does. You do that the right way, and that's fucking killer. And I hope it. I hope it works. I hope it works. Like the whole fantasy of 21, 22, I still believe that's all possible. Like it just makes sense to me. I think we were just like I was gonna say a little too early. I think we were like a lot too early for it. Yeah, I don't know when that opens though. I think it's soon though, soonish. Let's see. Construction has been going on since January. Oh, it's got to be later this year, right? That's cool if they've. Do they have like a fitness center in there? That would be badass if it was actually like. Yeah, that'd be kind of badass. Dude, it should be a hotel too. That would be cool. Dude, that would be badass if it were like bigger than just a club, if it were more like a hotel. Summer 26, mid to late 26. I mean, hang on, where it's gonna say 8 Fest would be real cool to do there. Yeah, okay. Is there a chance they do? Yeah, I was gonna say 8 Fest Miami makes sense. What's up, Assassin? Good morning, brother. Yeah, 8 Fest 26 Miami makes tons of sense. So the clubhouse opens, festival, music festival in Miami. That makes a ton of sense. Yeah, I'd bet on that. If that were a Pauly market, like where is 8 Fest this year? Miami. Yeah, I bet it opens October, November this year in Miami. Anyway, um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's a Ryder and Pauly. I don't know if it's a win. I don't know if it's an L. I don't know if Yuga paid. I don't know if Ryder Pauly paid. I don't know. Like we don't fucking know. None of that's. We might never know. No, I imagine we'll find out at some point. Now, Yes is in the lead. Okay, more people think Yuga paid. Yeah, I think they did. I think Yuga paid. And I think it's the right call. Man, we got somebody selling punks, Yuga Labs punks. That's still weird to me. That's still weird that Yuga Labs owns. Well, they don't anymore. Yeah, I forgot. They don't. They donated it to what was the foundation? Was it Node? I totally forgot. They don't own CryptoPunks anymore. I want to say it's the Node Foundation. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Which, by the way, Beeple's got I think Beeple's got a Node event coming up, and I know some people going to that, and it looks fucking awesome. Yeah, I really want to start getting to these things. Anyway, dude, how fucking cool is this? Just imagine if you were here, if you actually were here when it really mattered. By the way, punks are 9 years old. That is unbelievable. Guys, punks are 9 years old. I will never forget where I first heard about punks. I'll never forget it because I was in crypto, but I wasn't in it. Like, there's a difference, like buying crypto on an exchange and being plugged into the community. And so I was in crypto back then, but I wasn't in the community at all. I didn't even know it existed. I had no fucking clue. I remember sitting on the train commuting downtown, and I just scrolling, reading through whatever my like news feed was, and there was a story about CryptoPunks. And like I was in crypto, so of course I read it, and it didn't click. Me knowing all this stuff and like doing a lot with flipping collectibles, especially back then, I was doing it like a lot. But like for whatever reason, this didn't click for me. Like this story about these collectibles on Ethereum that people are flipping for back then $100 or whatever it was. Read it, didn't click. I didn't come back to the story. Nothing about it stuck with me. Just saw it, I'm like, huh, that's it. I didn't even sit there and think about it. I just read the story and that moved right on. Some dude, this is crazy. Some dude claimed 100 plus of them. This specific guy in the last 2 days sold 4 punks for $750,000. Nice punks. Paid $15. $15 for that. It's the greatest trade you could ever make. $15 into $750K. It's crazy. We had so many stories like that last cycle. Oh, shit. You know what? I don't think... Hang on, am I being retarded? I don't think we call it last cycle anymore, right? Well, okay, when we're done with this bear market, it's 2 cycles ago, isn't it? Once we get through this bear market, that's going to be weird when we don't say last cycle anymore, right? Last cycle is like 23. Am I thinking about that the right way? 23 would be like the last cycle. How the fuck? I'm trying to think how we define those cycles. I know I'm just being retarded. Dude, it's so weird. Final cycle. Dude, I wonder why that is, Choina. Like, see, you were even deeper than me. That you actually were thinking about it, right? You avoided NFTs that had the word crypto in them. I didn't even have did they call them NFTs then? Like it didn't register with me at all. I read the story and I scrolled right to the next story, right? I'm like, cool. I didn't even think about it enough to avoid it or like figure out why it was so important. Just to know that was right, like, dude, that was right in front of us, right there for a lot of us to go and take that extra 30 minutes to research and go buy 4 punks for $15 or whatever the fuck back then. It was right there. But yeah, this guy still got 101 left over. Yeah, damn, man. A lot of stories like that. I still think we'll see similar stories. I still think we will. Next hypey cycle, we'll see similar stories. Like, I think punk's obviously the top, so nothing quite at that level. But also wouldn't surprise me if we see something at that level. Like cyberkongs are a great example. I'm not comparing kongs to punks, but I can say 1,000 punks. This is not apples to apples, but 1,000 cyberkongs had the highest floor price. Like, they got to 200 plus ETH. We're going to see that happen. How long it lasts doesn't matter. It's, do we see that kind of price action again? I think we will. I'm real sure we will. Genesis Kongs were 0.01 ETH. 0.01 ETH to 200 plus ETH. We're going to see this shit again. We will. I know people think, no, never. We did it. Nobody's going to come back. I'm like, no, man. When that ball starts rolling, it's hard to stop. And if people are making money, they will throw money if they think there's more money to be made. It's a symptom of greed and excess, and it will happen again. So we'll see that again, dude. Wax was the shit, though. I liked Wax, but Alien Worlds, and what were you playing back then, Choina? Dude, I'll always love Wax. Wax is really where I got my like. Wax set me up for years, right? It was the MLB packs, those Topps baseball packs on Wax. That's what set me up to do I could say it even like this. The like $500 or whatever I spent on those packs, I don't even remember. $100 a pack or whatever, and maybe I spent $1,000. Set up the trades. The trades I'm still doing today are still coming from that, which is crazy to think about. They are, in a way they are. It was like those packs ended up going for $1,000 or $1,600 each, right? And it's like, for me, that those rolled into like NFT boxes art, and those rolled into like all the Punk's comic stuff, all that whole world, the all that stuff that got to 10 ETH and 15 ETH and 20 ETH and shit. It all got fed from those Tops MLB packs. Oh man, those cogs were cool too. God, there was a weird site where you'd like stake your cogs and earn this other shit. I can't even remember how that worked, but that shit was so fun. God, Wax was awesome. Wax was cool. This shit will happen again. Oh man, we got to talk some aliens too. Hang on. Oh, we got a Raoul Pal video. I was gonna play it, but it's an hour, so I'm not gonna. Maybe tomorrow we do it and we listen to the whole thing. Damn, what a beauty. What kind of punk is that? Caucasian. I don't know if you're here. What is that? By the way, how are V1 punks looking? I get offers on mine like kind of often still. Hang on. Dude, funny. Do you guys remember like a few months back and I bought some NFTs? I bought like the Wreck Guy, I bought the Nakamigo, I bought the Beeple. Oh, interesting. So Grok thinks they did. ChatGPT thinks they didn't. ChatGPT thinks how lopsided the settlement was. That despite the chatter on X, it suggests Yuga didn't pay. So like because Ryder Pauly the full apology and given everything away that Yuga didn't pay. Oh, that was Grok. Grok told me the opposite. Grok told me that it thinks they did. That's probably how I asked the question, though. I said, "Is it likely that Yuga Labs paid for the settlement?" And it said it was likely. Did it? Let me see if I can find it. How did I ask it? Is it possible Yuga Labs paid to settle? Yes, it's possible. In fact, quite likely that Yuga Labs paid. Fucking Grok. But we got to talk Mythos too, man. Man, stuff's getting so spicy out there in AI. Getting real spicy. Fucking loving it. So yeah, Grok is playing us both, man. All right, so Pudgy Penguins. Dude, this is the most fun I've seen about Pudgy Penguins like ever, right? I think ever. Crazy Pudgy Penguins fun. Oh, random as hell. So I was just checking on Abstract to see oh, I guess it's Pudgy related. I was looking at Abstract to see my XP for the week because I don't stream daily now. And so I had no idea, no fucking clue what my XP would look like. My XP, my weekly XP is the exact same when I was stream 7 days a week on Abstract, and now when I stream 1 or 2 days, it's the exact same XP. I'm still getting like 6 or 7,000 XP a week. Does it like literally doesn't matter. And I'm actually tempted to like sell my Pengu now. We'll chat about that in a minute. Okay. Said that 10 times more likely scenario is RRBAY. Ryder Rips traded that for Bored Apes to drop seeking the 10 million in damages. That would make sense. Yeah. So like no money exchange. It's just like end it. We'll apologize. Move on. Because they were facing it. Like, right, a judge ruled against Ryder Pauly. It was an $8 million ruling, right? And then it got overturned, I know, but it was going right back to a lower court and it was going to go to a jury. And I bet you a jury, especially of normies who don't get crypto, who don't get blockchain, I think they would have been confused by the whole thing. I do. I do. I think they would have lost it. So I could totally see that. No money, just both sides. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Pudgy Fud. All right, like I've got all my Pudgy toys. I always say this. I got Pudgy stuff all over my desk. I don't own any Pudgy NFTs anywhere. I don't have any plans to buy one. At most, I've owned a Lil Pudgy, and I loved it, and I got it stolen, and then never bought back. Even if I wanted to, I never did. I do buy the toys sometimes. I did buy the Van Eck toy, and I bought the big one. Right? I bought it's fucking huge. Is that the yeah. I bought the 8-inch vinyl Van Eck Pudgy. I'm not opening it. I think I'm just gonna flip this bad boy. It's cool. I like all the toys. I always fucking will. It's huge. It's fucking huge. Now I bought it. I wasn't gonna buy it, right? I saw that they were putting that thing out. This is like 3 weeks ago or something. It was not long ago. And they put out 2 versions of it. They have like the small, like 4-inch version, and then they got the double size, like 8-inch version. I think the small version was limited to like 300 editions, and I don't see like a ton of value there. I had no like I wasn't gonna buy any at first. But when I saw the big one was just 100 editions, I'm like, all right, I think you got me. Because like I know things are not the same right now, but I still really do get the collectible shit. And I get their audience enough, right? And I'm like, some of those go for a lot, man. Some of them go for a lot. The nice ones, especially, dude. I really, really, really like want to own the big ghost one, the one like that see-through Pudgy. That thing goes for like 1,000. It might even go for more. I've looked at these often enough to know like there's some value there for sure. So when I see one that's limited to 100 editions, and this isn't even the coolest one they have. In fact, I think it's kind of like low on that. Like I think it's pretty low. It's not the coolest. But I'm like every other Pudgy vinyl that I think is like super collectible, they sell out instantly. So I'm like, let me grab this thing. $200. I spent $200 on way worse. It was $200. I spent 200 on way stupider shit that I don't think has upside. Whereas this one, I'm like $200. I think worst case, break even, or let's say really worst case, hard to sell. I take a $50 hit. You know, it's like it doesn't matter. Whereas the upside is I probably 2x the thing. So far looking pretty good. Like so far looking pretty darn good. Like right, the 500 edition toys listed at like 250, right? I think this is maybe smaller too. One of these sold yesterday for I want to say almost 400. Yeah, here we go, 380. Here's other ones though, like limited edition. That one's badass though, right? 200 edition sells for 1,000. That was just in the past, 2 days. I don't know how limited that one is, but 325. Here's one 500. That one's cool too. That might be like their first one, maybe. That one doesn't look big, by the way. $500, 325. That one's cool with the noggles. 450. It's a 500 edition. Anyway, you kind of get the point. Like a $200 8-inch vinyl that's Van Eck. I just think it's cool, especially in a bull market. Like in a bull market, that'll do it. See, like these are the badass ones. This shark suit one, $1,200. I want to see if we can find the ghost one. The ghost one's so cool. The ghost one's the best one, like by a mile. And I bet you, I probably would think a grand even now. It seemed like to me a pretty darn easy play. $200 for one of those. And I think right now flip it for what 350, 400. I think if I hold it for a bit, I think we'll do pretty decent. Especially if they actually launch that if they actually launch the ETF, And I know people are asking like what the fuck is going on with that thing, but if they launch that ETF, I think that thing will do actually pretty well. It's a ghost, right? Pudgy Penguin Ghost. Hang on, how do I find that? I mean, that should work. Hang on. Why am I not finding that? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Fucking A, man. It's because they're listed for $2,000 fucking dollars now and $5,000. That's why. Fucking A, dude. Dude, that's crazy. That. This isn't that, by the way. This fucking guy is not this. This is the best Pudgy Penguin collectible, like, period. It's so fucking cool. A buddy of mine got one, and I'm like, I don't know if he sold it yet. I hope he didn't, because I bet you these are going for. I think you got Pudgy holders who will buy. That's so cool. I think there's guys who would spend $2,000 on that thing. It's the best Pudgy collect. It might be the best collectible in all of like NFT brand stuff, NFT IP. It's the coolest fucking one. God, I wish I got that one. Sold out so fast. That's why I'll play this shit. There's not a ton of downside on it. Not on the 500 edition stuff. Like, they're fine. Dude, listed for 9,016 watchers on it. But man, there's this one ended $400, did not get a bid. Right market, this stuff is going to cook. Yeah, that shark suit one, I think that shark suit one is right behind the ghost one, but that ghost one is bonkers. So the upside's there. I would be buying this shit. Until Pudgies are dead, I would be buying it. The real limited ones, the 100 editions, you're almost like, there's just like no downside on the 100 edition ones. They don't put them out that often, and when they do, yeah, they're pretty darn limited. Yeah, so I think this might be the only one that's sold so far. It's just not the coolest looking one either, right? It doesn't look that crazy. But if they get that ETF out, and in a bull market, I do think that one does well in a bull market. Like, he's cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But kind of boring too. That ghost one's bonkers, man. Fuck. I wish I got one of those so bad. Okay. But dude, always said this too. Like, Pudgy Penguins, I think, live and die with or by Luca Nets. And more than that, dude, like, the thing that's like, crypto punks have no, like, there's nothing that can kill a crypto punk. Like, if they're cool or not or whatever, it's like their story's what makes them important. And Pudgies, I don't think are that. Like, they got real execution risk. They really do. Like, there's a scenario where Pudgies are worth like very little. Like, there's a scenario where that happens. I don't think it's super likely, but it could happen. And Sergito poking away at Pudgies is so interesting to me, man. Right? He's been poking at them about the numbers out there around their toy sales. And I think their toy sales are not that great. But we don't know. There's no, like, we don't have any real numbers, but probably not that great. And then we learned what in the past few weeks they got dropped by their toy manufacturer, like, which I didn't know until he put it out there or somebody replied to him. No, it was on his tweet. But he's talking about their token too, the Pengu token. I don't know why he's a good dude, by the way. I don't know why he seems to have it in for Pudgy Penguins if there's like actually some shady shit and he's just making sure people see it, or if there's like more to it. But here's an example of why low float tokens without a use case are uninvestable long term. Teams have to sell in order to monetize. Nothing new. We know that. That's how this works. Since July 2025, Pengu's down 85% since BitGet reported the deployer address had deposited billions of tokens into the exchange that month, or multiple exchanges. First deposit occurred one day after the SEC acknowledged their ETF filing. And then here, absolute truth. In a way, it's part of the game. It is the game. It is what the game is. It's just a very sinister game that ends up transferring wealth from one group to another, which we don't talk about enough. And like I was telling Henry, I think last week too, right? We on Chart Monkeys, I'm like, Because somebody else put out this tweet. If you want to take credit for the wins people get, and projects love to do that, right? Like, we gave you the opportunity to do this, which is, it's true. Or, somebody, it was Frank D. God. Somebody sent him a message. Hey, I made life-changing money or whatever, tens of thousands of dollars thanks to you. And like Frank had tweeted out, and people are like, yeah. But then there's the whole other side. When somebody wins, somebody loses. Like, we all know that. But it's like, we kind of gloss over it too quick. It is pretty fucking sinister. I mean, it's like, as high as those awesome wins are, the other side is just as extreme. And people lose a ton. It being worded this way, I think, actually is super effective. Like, it's a sinister game that transfers wealth from one group to another. That's what it is. Pengu team dumps tokens worth $66 million. It's a lot of fuck. I didn't realize they made this much money. Like, I should know that. But it's like, until somebody like just adds it up and puts it in front of you, you don't think of the money. You don't think of how much they've made. Okay, so transferred, like, this is important. Transferred that much token doesn't mean they sold that much. Like, some people are saying it's for like LPs and stuff, which it could be. Well, I don't know how much they've actually sold, right? So he's saying, before people get their panties up, I'm not claiming any misbehavior. I do have questions about the potential misrepresentations around the ETF. That I'm curious about too, because the ETF is supposed to be like, it's like a bundle of what is it? It's definitely the Pengu token, but I think it's the NFTs too, right? That was like a big story, the first like NFTs in an ETF. So it's supposed to be Pudgy Penguins, and I don't know if it has Lil Pudgies and the rods in there too. I don't remember that. Definitely the big Pudgies. And we haven't seen it yet. I don't know where they're at in the filing process or approval process too. I don't know, but he's saying there's some maybe weird stuff there. I wonder what his misunderstanding is though. Like, I wonder what it is. I don't know. But for now, he's saying his point is useless meme coin tokens that unlock over time shouldn't be long-term holds. In this case, 25% of token supply unlocking every month for the next 3 years. It's a good chunk of token. Kind of makes me want to sell my Pengu, especially, like, I know my XP will take a hit then if I'm getting like, what, 10,000 XP a week. I think it's like 6,000. It'll go down to like nothing. But at this point, I'm in this tier. I'm in like gold tier 1, and then there's like 3 tiers, and then there's a platinum. I don't think I'm going to get any higher. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't see any great reason to hold Pengu. Although maybe like the only reason is, if I do think we're kind of bottomy, it doesn't have much further to fall, right? Yeah, maybe now would be like the dumbest time to sell Pengu. But dude, just, this is the most fun I've seen against these guys from like a super reputable dude who's bringing up like really good points. Like the token thing he's bringing up, there's nothing here. It's like, this is how tokens work. Every team is selling their token, right? Every team that has token is selling it. We all know that's how it works. I think we expect it. So there's nothing crazy here. I'm really curious about his ETF comment though. But also, because we know this is how it works, I wonder why he's piling on right now. I just wonder. Because normally this stuff is happening, nobody says shit about it, right? Just, this is how it works. Why is he so interested in Pudgy Penguins? I'm so curious. That ETF, I'm real curious. And let's see how the Pudgy team reacts if they do it all. Like, those guys have not carried themselves well. We'll say that. In a space where everyone is shilling their bags, my hope is that we also find room to promote ethics and smart discussions. I like it. Also, who gives a fuck? Pudgy Penguins launched Pengu Bot, agentic trading companion on Telegram. Cool. Everyone's going to do that. Cool. Big Floppa, awesome fucking guy. Did a little poking around, found some like airdrop thing. Found some kind of airdrop there in the bot, which I don't think means maybe what he's hinting at or whatever. That maybe they rushed it and that command wasn't supposed to be there. There's an airdrop command. Oh, hang on. Okay, to use it, you have to hold a sticker. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Those stickers might be a play. $13 floor, probably a little higher now, but yeah, that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna check that out after. But well, the airdrop thing, I think probably doesn't mean much of anything. Could be something they were testing. It could be just a way you could send tokens to somebody else. I don't think it means any kind of pudgy token airdrop, whatever. I don't think. Or can you launch tokens through this thing and then part of that is airdropping? I like who knows? They zapped it. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, dude. I wonder if those stickers are a play. Let me I'm gonna peek at that. Okay, yeah, I mean the eligible collections, the floor on it, I'll put it on the screen is like $12. I mean, for access to a bot, so it's like whatever, but yeah, those guys get access. $13 collections. 13 collections are eligible. I don't know how many like NFTs that is, but yeah, could be a play there. Worth peeking at. Trying to have a good day, man. It's good to see you. Good to hang. Oh man, we got to get into the Trump shit and the World Liberty Finance. Before that, let's yeah, quick death and taxes check in. So yeah, I let my guy die off. All of mine are dead. I'm not playing the game anymore. Uh yeah, fuck man. Modest is cooking up something, dude. He's got hang on, what is this? Why is this trending right now? Pudgy Penguins launched a collaboration with asset manager Van Eck. Um giveaways, cool. Okay, it's trending because people are doing their unboxing shit. Okay. Oh, speaking of pizza, anybody here in Chicago area? I can think of two people. Well, besides me, I can think of one other person. This is actually really important. Or if you're a pizzatarian, this is actually super important. Yeah, anyone from Chicago. Why did that make me? Oh, because her name was Pizza something. All right, let me get off this. Still curious. Let me see. Wow. Okay, hang on. We gotta hit on that too. Dude, the 5th object for object event. Some of you guys were here for the first one. Some of you fuckers were here for the first one with me. Oh, dude, we're on the last day of it. Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize, dude. Tezos is just like a fucking shell of its former self. It's so sad, man. It's still my favorite fucking thing. It is. I think the Tezos time was like the best time. It was. Hicket Nunk and then an FX hash was like the most fucking fun. I probably say that about a bunch of things. Like this was the best time in NFT. I don't know, but I think this was. I think the Tezos time was like the fucking best. That's crazy. And it's crazy too how much art you got for free or for one Tez or whatever. It was awesome, man. I will come back to that. Let me focus. We got to get to Modest. Um, he's got something else cooking in the Death and Taxes thing. He just does. He's gonna be huge, man. Dude, he started the year with like 6,000 followers. Yeah, man. He's growing. He's growing, and his shit's getting better and better. By the way, does anybody know how you can check an account and see who the first accounts are that they followed? Like, I don't think you can go and write to an account and like click on followers or follows, right? It's like cut off after like 30. Is there a way to see it somewhere? I think it's, for me, the only way you can find out who this guy is, and I really want to find out who he is. Like, it shouldn't matter, but it kind of want to, you know. He's got another part of this game coming out, and it's one of those things. Like, if it comes out and it's fucking awesome, would hate to have something so cool that if you were in the game, it would have paid off. I don't think he is, Luna. I don't think he is. Unless you're being a smartass. By the way, good to see you, man. I don't think he is a Jew. My Judar isn't going off at all with him. But okay, he's got something else coming. He's got some website. Something else is coming with Death and Taxes, and whenever he does that, I don't know, things get pretty fucking fun. I haven't even looked at the site since I died. 206 citizens still. So like what? There's like 150 still left to die before we get to the end. Treasury's up to 177. 177 ETH, meaning divided by 69 each. This is why it can get so crazy. If the game ended right now, if there were 69 left, each remaining citizen, fuck you, Moonship, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say that. 2.5, almost 2.6 ETH for each citizen. So if it ended now, you'd be way up. 2.6 ETH for each citizen as of right now. And I still think, I mean, it just makes sense. All it means is guys are willing to spend now 2.5 ETH to make it to the end because you're breaking even then. Why the fuck wouldn't you? You're going to spend 2.5 ETH to get one of the animated 1/1 NFTs. Why wouldn't you? So I probably ended up spending 0.25 on taxes. Maybe not even, but I would say like I'll just go 0.25 on taxes to think that it might go like 2.5. At this rate, it's going to be 3 or 4 or 5 ETH, and it might get way higher. But as of right now, you can spend 2.6 ETH and break even if you make it to the end. As of right now, tax only going up. It's only going up, so it's only going to add up faster. And it's going to get to the point where it's 4 ETH and you break even, and then 5 ETH and you break even. It's fucking crazy. I think it was the right call. You're fucking nuts, Luna. All right. Wait. I just realized, Luna, you might not have been being a smartass. I can't tell. So I'll just say it's not 2.5 ETH being, I think you know this, but it's not 2.5 ETH getting split between, okay, he's been a smartass. I'll just say it though. It's Treasury getting split between the final 69. So it's 177 ETH getting split between everyone. It's like 2.5, 2.6 ETH a person. It's crazy. It's fucking nuts. I just want the 1/1, dude. I just wanted that. To break even and get a 1/1's awesome. It cost you 2.5 ETH. It's going to cost you 3. It's going to cost you 5. It might cost you 10 ETH. It might get there. It could get that stupid. It could. It could. I don't know. I'll be watching from the sidelines. Okay, that said, so last weekend, I think it was last Sunday, and I believe this, dude. I think the some of the best buys in NFTs right now are evaders and mementos. And I bought both. I bought both this week. I bought both. I had my mind buy an evader. So I didn't buy, I mean, I did. I mean, I funded it. Oh, dude, I got to show you guys. Like, fucking people are so shady. I got to show you. It's probably gonna be hard to follow, but well, I'll describe it in a minute. But anyway, I sent my mind, the one I had tracking death and taxes. I sent him like point. What did I send him? 0.06 ETH. Had him buy one, which is badass. Bought it for like 0.028. The collection got to I want to say 0.04. Like, there's been a run on evaders this week. And I think people like, it's a couple things. People they like Modest. They like his collections. When he put out that tweet about that new site or something that's coming, people are like, evaders maybe have a role to play in this still. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Not that you're going to make money or anything, right? But I think evaders still have a role to play in like the death and taxes thing. So I don't know. I'm not selling any evaders. I'm just keeping them. Like, all my evaders are here for like the long haul. Just keeping them. They'll sit in my collection. There'll be another one of those things that's either like worth nothing, which I don't think will ever happen. They'll be worth like $1 or $2, or like they get hot and they're worth like, 0.1 ETH. Maybe not, but maybe. I don't think evaders are done, so I'm keeping all mine. I have some listed. I think, did I just say I'm not selling any? I got some listed for sure. If I can sell like well above floor, I'm selling some. Like, right, I'm still trying to sell this guy. 0.2 ETH offer. I'm not taking it. Bought him for 0.07. I'm not taking it. I think he's fucking awesome. I think he's one of the best in the collection. This guy I'll let go for, I don't even care. Like, I'm not attached to him at all. I spent 0.1 on him. I'd probably take 0.1. I think. Maybe. I don't know. And then this guy, of course, I'm trying to like hit a home run with. I'm not going to get 4 ETH for him. Right now, I'm not. Down the road, maybe. I want to get like 1.5 or 2 for him. And I think that's doable with him. So anyway, bought an evader with my mind, my AI agent. I bought 10 mementos this week, though. Right? So I said evaders and mementos are the best buys. I really think mementos are. So I bought 10. I'm up to 13 mementos. Wouldn't hate having 100 mementos. Wouldn't hate it. They're just like Max Payne. You burn them for NFTs. I think they're an awesome play. Where's his? Hang on, let me find his collaborators. I think they're an awesome fucking play. So he does a lot of additions. You can swap like 3 mementos for a mint. And like this was the last one he did, right? This one right here. You could mint it for 0.069, I think. And they're selling for over 0.1. So if you minted GGs, you're up. It actually would have costed you more to mint via mementos. You could swap 3 mementos for one of these. This is actually holding up better than I thought. 253 editions at 0.13. It's doing better than I thought. I swapped 3 mementos for this one. That's the one I got. I fucking love it. But dude, I think those mementos are gonna be. I think they're gonna do really fucking well. Okay. So my bet with mementos is they get to like point. Fuck, man. I've got a crazy prediction with him, which it's like a maybe scenario. It's like best case scenario. I could see them at 1/4 to 1/2 an ETH, but this is like towards the end where there's not a lot left. And if he starts offering like real small editions, only mementos can get them. But I think there's a scenario where these can get up to like 1/4 ETH. And there's like very little downside. You can return them and get like a 0.02, let's just say 0.02 ETH refund. This is not a ton of downside too. I still think one of the absolute best plays. Anyway, there's Death and Taxes. 206 players still in. It's going to go on for a lot longer. It's going to go out like a lot. There's guys who've already dug into like who's the top holders, how much ETH do they have in their wallets, like who are they? These are like super, super, super wealthy collectors who actually this will be important. Hang on, where is? We'll move on. But where are? Here we go. Nope. I just want to find the main collection here. Okay, hang on. This matters. Holders. Okay, so you got guys who are still in the game. This guy's got 10. This guy's got 9. This guy's got 7. Right? There's some guys in here who have multiple that have the money to keep them alive. I imagine they have a lot more money, like a lot more money to keep them alive to the end. Like they've already planned this out. I think they have. Most of them have. They've already priced it out. This guy probably has 100 ETH he's got committed to this thing. You know what I mean? Or 50 ETH or whatever. He's willing to spend 5 ETH per, and he's going to take 10 to the finish line. And if he doesn't take 10, he's just got all the ETH to pour into 5 of them. You know what I mean? There's enough guys here with multiple that have the money. Like, and I think a lot of the guys have split them up too. So, GG's. Expensive game. I think I got out the right time. I'm happy with how I played it. I think I realized, like, I paid enough to realize what I think the right play was. I think I played it right. And then you got guys like this who are probably looking to get out pretty darn soon. He's 0.19. It's kind of priced that to get out because it's going to cost him basically 0.19 to stay in the game for another week. So he's just like, that's basically the right floor price now, right? Like that's actually a good way to look at this. What is the floor? What is the cost? What is the cost to keep in for a week? It's about that. No, thank you, sir. I'll miss the Pokemon trade. Come on, you don't think, Luna, it's like the top for Pokemon already? Like this isn't toppy. Oh, by the way, I saw a really cool post talking about Courtyard and that a lot of the buy pressure for Pokemon cards, the graded stuff, especially like the good shit, it's coming from these like gotcha machines, like a Courtyard. Which would make a ton of sense. So yeah, I thought that was interesting here. Man, do we talk some Trump or some aliens next? Hang on, I'm going to take a quick 1-minute break here. Who saw this story, by the way? Who saw this fucking guy? This fucking maniac. You guys see that? Pretty, I'm sure people did. Pretty viral. That guy's a fucking lunatic. Oh, that's a Bitcoin punk. Caucasian, cool. Dude, I feel like I owned that one before. I feel like I owned that one at one point. Oh, wait. The one I had the purple hat. I think he didn't have glasses, though. It had the red beard and purple hat. I think I did not have glasses. I like Bitcoin punks. Still fucking A. Still love I still love ordinals. Still love them. Always fucking will. Still think they're gonna cook. Dude, I saw. You think it's the Star Luna, really, dude? That's crazy. Good crazy. Like that's my kind of crazy. Luna, you sound like me with NFTs, man. I love it. Dude, I saw Coachella is not letting you bring in first aid stuff. What? You can't bring in a first aid kit to Coachella. I saw like some funny posts like that's like false flag attack incoming, you know? Maybe. Maybe. It is if you're not making money in NFTs. So I'm with you, Luna. If you're not winning on NFTs, then yeah. I'm doing pretty good with NFTs this year. I'm doing pretty fucking good. So, little different. Dude, that band, who's that fucking weirdo band with the polka dots all over him? Did we talk about this last week? Microtonal band. It's that, there we go. Engine de Poitrine. I can't remember if we talked this last week. They are playing at the King Gizzard Festival now. Was that news last week or did that come out this week? Not 5 Bitcoin, Luna. 1 Bitcoin, and in 4 years. Timestamp this. Write it down, put it on your calendar like we did that guy who came and said Bitcoin all-time high December 10th or something like that. He never showed up again. I will show up in 4 years. I will still be here in 4 years, and I'll fucking eat it if they don't. That guy never showed back up. 1 Bitcoin floor for a Ordinals collection 2030. Nothing that's happened changed my mind with that. Nothing. In fact, Pokemon stuff cooking is more like evidence for me that that's just how this shit goes. Stuff is cyclical and fucking collectors will spend. And especially when collectors have a lot of money, they will spend it. And there will be a time again where people have a lot of money. I think it's in 4 years, but I don't know. Like everything's gotten so weird IRL. I don't know if that happens 2030, but I'm going to stick to the prediction. But there's going to be a time again where people have a lot of money and they go spend their lots of money on probably some stupid shit. Anyway, these guys are playing at the King Gizzard Festival now. Cool. All right, BRB, 1 minute. I did say that actually. I walked away and I remembered it. And I remember why too. Dude, I totally remember. I do. I did say it. I remember that. I think I was saying stuff like, let me think. I'll just eat like the context for it, like what that was about. I get plenty wrong. Fucking you guys see it all the time. Plenty right, plenty wrong. That was about, I remember that was during the ancient Bitcoin whales are going to come and spend all their Bitcoin, right? And the idea was some of these guys have so much Bitcoin, they've got generational wealth and they've got so much, they got fuck you money, lifetimes over and over and over again and get generational wealth. They have so much Bitcoin that for them spending 1 Bitcoin is nothing, especially when it's a Bitcoin they bought for $10 or $100 or whatever, and spending 2 is nothing, and 3 and 5. And so that was part of the thing I was really caught up in, like really fucking caught up in and excited about that idea. And part of that still makes sense. I don't think we're like, I don't believe at all we're going to see ordinal floors at 3 to 5 Bitcoin. I don't think so. I think there's actually a chance it could happen, but it's not high enough. Like it's basically nothing. It's close to nothing. It's not worth having that conversation. There's a tiny, it's a non-zero chance that could happen. It's not going to happen. But I remember that being very caught up in that idea. I get caught up in shit. I get excited. And there's a scenario where I'm like, dude, they could. They absolutely could. I don't think they do now. There's a chance. But I remember that. A collection, 1 Bitcoin, fuck it. Why not 3? Why not 5? You know what I mean? If that scenario plays out where the ancient Bitcoin whales come and they spend, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at that point. So I remember saying that, dude, for sure. I probably even tweeted that. You could probably find a tweet out there for me about it. Yeah. The 1 Bitcoin one is the prediction, right? That was like a scenario that could happen. The 1 Bitcoin thing is a prediction. I think that happens. I believe that's going to happen. 3 to 5 would be even sweeter, man. 1 will happen. All right, Trump. Fuck this guy, right? I almost don't want to ask, but I do. Like, who supports this guy? I don't think it's, boy, it'll sound I don't think it's crazy if you do. I don't think it's crazy if you do. He's fucking crazy and everything's crazy. I still get why people like Trump, and I still get why people support Trump. I get it. But he's a scammer, right? Trump meme coin holders. Wait. This is not about the NFT, is it? This is the meme coin. The meme coin holders. I don't know like how much you got to hold. I don't know like any of the levels or whatever, but if you are into this fucking guy and into the meme coin and all that stuff, you get to go to a Mar-a-Lago dinner, conference, whatever. Do you get all of this? Yeah, I don't know how you get this. I don't think just I think you have to hold like X amount of Trump coin. But you get his cologne, you get a poster, you get a card, which I don't know if it's an NFT or if it's a like a printed card, you know? Dude, his name on, I will say this, dude, I like the sneakers he put out. I thought those were fucking cool. The gold shoes, I thought those were fucking cool. The watch, hideous. The steak, well, there's the steak. Literally looks like a frozen dinner. That looks awful. If there were an image to sum up everything Trump, it's that, right? Is that not? I can't think of a better image to sum up everything Trump. Dude, Gravity, he's had that for like a year on his website. Yep. I think there's a white bottle of it too. It might be a Melania perfume. I can't remember. But there's 2 different ones. But that, I think, I don't know. What's a better image that would sum up Trump? This feels like it. Right? Like advertises this like fancy steak, shrimp, like fucking luxury dinner. But then you get the frozen meal. That to me sums up everything Trump in one image. It's that. God, that looks awful. I think that's it. Okay, that looks a little better. I mean, it looks a lot better. And I think still doesn't look great. But that looks better. Dude, and I forgot he was going to put out a game. There was going to be a Trump game. Remember that? It was going to be like a real estate game or like a Monopoly or something. It was something like that. There was going to be a Trump game. And I think the token was going to work in it. Anyway, this shit is all crazy. Republicans are going to get fucking demolished in November. Going to be crazy. But okay, new scandal. And everybody, like, this is, okay, it's fucking horrible. Also, it's really overblown. It's really overblown. And it's shitty too, I think. But some people are saying this is setting up to, we got the next like FTX happening here. It's not, dude, it's not even close. It's like, it's silly to even mention the two together. It's nowhere near as bad. Maybe as bad, way less impactful. It's like basically a nothing burger, but it's also shitty. Also, this might be Easy's biggest tweet ever. Fucking almost 3 million views. World Liberty Financial borrowed millions from its protocol, so WLFI, and they deposited it into some platform where they can use it as collateral. So they take their own coin, collateralize it, they get USDC or they get USD1 or whatever stable coin. They just got cash out of thin air. That's what it is. They got cash out of thin air, and it's like $75 million worth. They got like $75 million just from vapor. It is crazy. It is crazy. Drew Austin's saying he's been in crypto for 13 years. This is maybe the worst and most blatant fraud he's seen. Maybe. It's up there, but also like this is pretty normal. It's kind of pretty normal here in crypto, which is not a good thing, by the way. But guys do this with NFTs. They buy expensive NFTs. I guess the difference is they bought the NFT. Some of them, they buy the NFT, they go collateralize it, they take out a loan. I think I would assume some people mint their own NFTs and collateralize those and take the USDC. But to do that, they have to have value. They probably have to have a secondary market. This does feel different, but just to say, this is pretty fucking normal. It is. It's shitty, and I think the Clarity Act would probably fix stuff like this. I think it would. Yeah, it is $75 million. And I guess the way they're doing it, they basically extracted enough from a pool where other people can't get USDC out of it. It's something like that. But like, to me, I don't know enough about it to speak on it. So all I'll do is show what other people are saying. And then World Liberty Financial put out a statement too, saying what they're doing and that everybody's got it wrong. I don't believe anything out of their mouth, right? I don't believe anything Trump says. I don't believe anything out of any team he's part of that they say. I don't believe any of it. And I hope at this point everybody's on the same page. That's why I couldn't vote for. I've never voted for this guy. I never would, because I already knew that. I already knew that with this guy. As much as I'm like, fuck everybody else and all these other politicians and fuck everything that's been going on, I'm like, I still can't vote for him because nothing he says means anything. So yeah, I don't believe anything coming out of World Liberty Financial. They never explained how they'll repay the stablecoin debt, right? It's a loan, right? They got to pay it back. They can't. World Liberty Financial, their token, WLFI, too illiquid to sell, dumping $8 million worth of it causes 72% slippage. It can't handle it. If they were to sell 8.2 million, you kill the token. Even more. This is interesting. Okay, because we're going to get to their reply. Part of their reply is they'll deposit more WLFI, so more of their own token. Here's their reply. Let's talk about the FUD going around our WLFI markets lending position. It's wrong. AI slot post, by the way. Here's what's actually happening and why the real story is a lot more interesting. We are one of the largest suppliers and borrowers on WLFI markets. Yes, we supplied WLFI as collateral and borrowed stablecoins. No, we are nowhere near liquidation. And frankly, even if markets move dramatically against us, we'd simply supply more collateral, which is WLFI. They would just give more WLFI tokens that I think they probably didn't pay for. They just minted it and they have it. Still free money. It's not a risk. It's how it works. What the FUD crowd is missing entirely. By being the anchor borrower, we're generating the yield that makes WLFI markets compelling for everyone else. I got to think through this here because everyday users are earning outside stablecoin yields right now at a time when traditional markets are offering very little. That's the whole point. They're earning stablecoin yields from depositing WLFI, right? So they're doing what World Liberty Financial did at a smaller scale, most likely, right? Numbers. USD1, their stablecoin, is sitting at a $159.5 million annual revenue run rate. Quiet, compounding, accelerating AI slop, right? Over the last 6 months, we bought back 435 million WLFI tokens at an average price of 15 cents, totaling $65 million in an open market. Not because they had to, because they believe in this. Okay. So they spent $65 million buying back tokens that I guess in a way they just put back in and pull right back out. So they made like 10 million doing that. In a way, you could think of it like that in a way. Early token holders, a governance proposal to unlock lock tokens will be posted on the forum next week. And it'll go to a vote. This is the project showing up for the people who showed up first. I don't follow it all. USD1 got an upgrade. Okay, they're already past like explaining what they did. They didn't explain anything. Okay, all they said is they'll deposit more WLFI. So they didn't explain anything. If price goes down, they'll just deposit more WLFI. I don't get it. I think the question is, how do you repay that? Right? You borrowed stable coins. How are you going to repay $75 million in stable coins? Are they saying they repay it by buying back WLFI? And they're saying we have already done that, so we're showing you we do that. We spent 65 mil buying back the token. Because at that point, then they're just like they're making 10 million on the trade. They're just pulling out 75 mil, putting 65 back in. Whatever the numbers are at the point they're buying back in. Like the point is they're just skimming off the top the whole time. It's probably exactly what they're doing, right? So it doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem good. It also doesn't seem like it has a big impact at all. Like this is not FTX. It basically doesn't matter. Also, yeah, imagine being too lazy and just let an AI write a response. You mean you'd supply more of your own coin? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they're fucking crazy. But I used to never like these guys. Used to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, they're like they just don't know, or no, they know. They absolutely fucking know what they're doing. And they're untouchable. Yeah, I don't see anybody buying it. Fuck, we'll probably save. Yeah, I think we should save the AI stuff, Mythos. I think we should save Mythos for tomorrow. There's some interest. I mean, man, Mythos is sounding pretty spicy. And I don't think we're gonna get to touch it. We might never touch Mythos. Not to say we won't touch a model like Mythos, but I don't know if we're gonna be using Mythos at least anytime soon. It's the new model from Anthropic. It's supposed to be fucking amazing. I don't know. I do want to talk some fucking aliens. Also might save for tomorrow, but like I don't know who this is. Casey Musgraves? No idea who this is. Some comedian or country fucking musician lady. I'm not gonna play the audio, but she was on a flight, I think like a little private flight, like personal jet kind of deal. And there were fucking orbs. There were orbs flying around her plane. I don't know, man. These look like the Ashton Forbes stuff. Yeah, it's the three. It's like the thing you see a lot. Well, I've never seen, but there's the three fucking orbs. And she talked to the pilots and they saw it too. And they told her they've been seeing it a lot lately. And that other pilots are seeing it a lot too. The three orbs flying together. Looks exactly like the three orbs that maybe zapped MH370. My wife told me yesterday she saw three, and she's not into this shit at all, but she told me she saw three orbs in the sky. And she's like, they definitely weren't planes. And it was exactly like that. Oh man. That'd be, dude, it'd be awesome if you can convince Claude to give you access. I don't know. I don't know. Shit's weird. Um, yeah. Another missing scientist or dead scientist and what, and everybody's linking them all together. I don't know, man. There's probably something to all this. We I don't know. Supposedly we're gonna get some videos this coming week here. Um, that fucking guy with that southern dude, I can't remember his name. I think he said we are getting videos this week, or we likely are getting videos this week, and it's going to be stuff in like full color HD. One of the videos is like one of the videos is that ship under the water. They keep talking about that like that thing the size of a football field that moves like 200 miles an hour, and it doesn't move the water. I think that's one of the videos we're supposed to be getting, and he's talking crazy about this shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Dude, was this week too? There's so much shit, man. There's so much shit going on. Fucking, I don't know. Chicago bros, I will say this. Um, Apparently we've got a new pizza joint that is the best pizza in Chicago, and it looks fucking amazing. Not Chicago style, because Chicago style sucks. Like, Chicago style sucks. It's good. Like, if you're craving a Chicago style pizza, it's good. But like, that's a New York style pizza here in Chicago, and it looks fucking amazing. So I got to make another trip downtown, and I need to get that bad boy. Looks incredible. Pizza Data, DADA, Pizza Data, Chicago, right in the loop. Dude, it looks incredible. Johnny, drop it. What is it? Is it an Asian? I think that's cool. Here, we'll just do a couple other headlines here. Chris Bledsoe's video that he said is an orb. I think that guy's full of shit, man. And I'm pretty well convinced he's just like a CIA like fucking asset at this point. I just, I think we talked about it last week, and I think he is. He feels fucking phony. That's his orb or UFO that he saw last week. It just, I don't know. It looks fucking fake. It all like it's like a water droplet on something, or it's like that doesn't feel real at all. At fucking all. This shit's infuriating. When was that? That was the 7th, which was what, Tuesday? Was that just Tuesday? Boy, that's fucking infuriating. It is like fuck. So they canceled the Wireless Festival in the UK, which Kanye was going to headline all 3 nights. They canceled it because the UK banned Kanye. Kanye's not allowed in the UK, which is fucking insane. I'm real happy to see this is still hold. Like, the Netherlands are not banning him. Good. I think it's fucking insane. Sorry, UK bros. I think you know it too. Kanye's banned for saying stupid stuff. And they've got a guy here who I believe actually cut people's heads off, like actually is an I think ISIS terrorist, I think, actually cut people's heads off. I don't know, man. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Yeah, I want to save the we'll do more AI tomorrow. Tomorrow can be an AI show. I'll talk about how I got my OpenClaw back working. I was down, like not fully down, and I didn't get to put the time into really fixing it up, but I was down like 3 days. 3 or 4 days, like from switching off the, Claude Max plan, and I lost my $200 credit. I didn't realize you get a $200 credit when they made that change. I'd clicked and accepted it, but then I canceled my plan, and then you lose the credit. So I signed back up for a $20 plan, and I got a $20 credit. Annoying. But I'll show how I ended up getting it to work, and boy, dude, jumping through hoops and how less capable GPT 5.4 is. Also, did your guys' models all get dumber? I'm hearing that like all over X, people are saying that Claude is really dumb the past week or two. And my buddy's telling me the same. I talked to my son this week. He told me the same. He literally like I'm not chatting with him about AI, and he told me, he's like, dude, ChatGPT got so stupid. I'm like, dude, really? Because I'm hearing the same thing about Claude. And my experience with GPT this week was like not good. Like could not get done what I was trying to do. Went right back to I think it did not even Opus. I think it did Sonnet. And it got me squared away. It was cool. But we'll talk more. We'll talk that tomorrow. We'll talk Mythos. We'll show the new mines I launched. I have like 4 new mines doing different things that I think are really fucking cool. Like really cool. I'm excited about the stuff I'm using them for. Really cool. We'll show that tomorrow. Yeah, guys, enjoy your Saturday. I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to share, mention. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, if there's any more updates on the RRBAYC thing, we'll definitely talk about them. I'm going to go dive into object stuff, play with the mines. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, guys. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Poll. Let me end the poll. I think we ended kind of where I thought we'd be. Yes. 67% voted yes. They think Yuga paid to settle. I do like English's take the most, I think. I think I voted yes, but I think I would switch the vote now. I think there was no money. I think it was just end it. They apologize. They move on. And Pauly, Ryder don't risk being hit with a, couple $1 million penalty. I don't know. Pretty cool. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Goodbye.